Welcome to On the Way to School, your 6-minute daily boost for educators and administrators. I'm Christopher S. Dennis, and today, let's elevate our journey together. Hey, party people, good morning and welcome to the ride. Of course, on the way to school today. I had a chance to take the scenic route, got rerouted off the freeway for a little bit. So it's always good to have a different journey where you can. And I was talking to a colleague of mine, Sarah, and she was talking about how not using GPS can just give you access to a different part of your brain. And it made me think about just some of the things that we become codependent on, and just a lot of the resources that are out there that are meant to help us can actually really enable us. So I'm going to be trying to do, I know how to get to work. I don't need the map to get to work, but I think it's definitely become a habit. So I'm going to start looking into some of that, and maybe I'll share some of those findings with all of you as far as just dialing it back, going analog these days. So, but today I wanted to riff a little bit on just resilience and perseverance. I think it's interesting when the culture wants us to always innovate and advance and do things. But sometimes we have so much success or so much productivity that we don't know, or we forget what it feels like to have the journey of working through something. So back in my junior year of high school, as a football player, I played football all the way through college, but I didn't start playing football until I was in the 9th grade. And I wasn't particularly athletic. I wasn't particularly good. And it took me every year to learn a little bit more about the game. So by the time I got to my junior year, I learned a good amount, but I wasn't necessarily an impact player by any stretch of the imaginations. I rode the bench, but I had wonderful coaching that was helping me just kind of learn the skill for my position. I played defense. I was a cornerback, but our junior year, we had a really good team. So we thought, loaded with seniors and a veteran coach. And we lost every single game. We went 0-10. And every single game, we thought we were in it to win it. I think we lost probably 5 of those games, probably by a total of like 8 points. So we were close a number of times, but we could never break through. And the last thing we thought on our last game of the season was like, we're not going 0-10. We are not going to lose this last game. We're not losing these games. We're going to win one. And no, we still lost. So then that was junior year, and the energy around just losing every single game was just really interesting. But when those seniors graduated and it became my senior year, we had something to prove. We wanted to push past all expectations and not have the repeat of the same year. And so that following year, guess how many games we won? No, we didn't go 0-10 again. That's rude. No, we won 3 games. We went 3-7, but we won those 3 games during league play, and it allowed us to play in the playoffs. So it just was such a pendulum shift of how close it was to be able to be rewarded for accomplishing 3 conference wins in our league, to being able to go to the playoffs after winning nothing. So 3 games, you're now a playoff team from no games. And through that, we were like extremely proud of ourselves of accomplishing not only winning 3 games, but being invited to the playoffs. Because if you go to the playoffs, that means a lot, right? But when I went to college, I never had a losing season in college. I was able to play I went to a community college for 3 semesters, playing 2 seasons, and we were pretty good on both of those seasons. And then the 2 seasons I played at the NCAA level, we went 9-2 our first year, and then I think we went like 7-4 the second year, and won a conference championship. And one thing about winning is that you become accustomed to it, and you take the journey for granted at times. You can take it for granted to such an extent. You think that you've got it all figured out. But the difference between having a complete losing season and turning it around and understanding why the winning is important is two different things. You got to understand why the winning is important. Otherwise, why are you pursuing it? And sometimes you only understand it through your resilience, through persevering, through pushing through the tough parts. You may have to lose a little bit to be able to truly appreciate what a win feels like and to be able to honor the moment and prepare others for it. So, take a minute to reflect on some of the things that haven't always been podium first place moments, and what can you take from the feeling and the understanding of it not all working out or not quite being just right. What can you take from that to prepare yourself for some of those cloudier days that will come? You've got to be ready to survive a storm, so that way you can enjoy the sunshine. So anyway, just some thoughts, and love to hear all your stories of wins and losses when I see you. So, all right, folks, take care on the way to work. Scratch that, on the way to school.
Thanks for joining me on the way to school. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making a difference. I'm Christopher S. Dennis. See you tomorrow.